Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all those who do not feel represented by an oppressive gender binary, hello and welcome. It's me, Kristie, here on a Monday, and we are going to continue with Sunless Skies, a very good game about being in the heavens on a train. And I think that's about all we know at the moment. I think we're going to learn a little bit more today. So I'm just going to hit the buttons that make Sunless Skies appear. I have a button. Oh, okay, so the icon I have on my desktop for Sunless Skies doesn't have the Sunless Skies like logo, which is like a gas lamp. It's a Earth for some reason. That's good. I'm glad it's good. I'm going to hit this button, and we should be seeing the Fail Better logo just any old second now. Sunlessskies.exe is not responding. Well, that's fresh and exciting. Wait for the program to respond? Oh, nope, there it goes. Oh, gestures at butterfly. Is this an eldritch horror? No, that's a butterfly. Unless it's not. I don't think we can possibly know. There are some things that humankind was not meant to know. Replace the butterfly with a bee sod. Ew, no. How many tentacles does the butterfly have? 4? It has these weird appendages on its feet that it uses to taste things it lands on to know whether or not if it lays eggs there, it'll be good eating for the caterpillar grubs. I've learned things about butterflies recently. They also have a proboscis, which sucks. I mean, it does suck, but probosci is... they're not fun. Let's continue the video game. Or not talk about butterflies for the next, 15 minutes. When you are overheated, you cannot dodge. Hi Mox. Hi Xenon. Hi Andy. Hi Alma and Bad Road. Hello everybody else who may be in the chat and not talking. Thank you for coming. I am just going to get started on our second night of Sunless Skies. We're through the tutorial, and you can't say we aren't. So here's... oh, we're at Magdalen's House of Small Comfort. Right. We just got that, quest from the manager to see if we can't find his real identity, or if there indeed is a real identity. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't say hi, Annie. Hi, Annie. So here's the thing, real quick. I listened to the, I went and watched the VOD from last week, like I do. I always do that to make sure I remember where we are. And my mic was cutting out very badly. If my mic is cutting out very badly, that is the thing I wish to know. Please let me know that thing. We've finagled with the mic settings some, so that I can do a bit of a voice act and go low and speak in hushed tones, conspiratorial, fitting to the setting. But I hope that all of that got picked up, because if it didn't, we're going to have to mess with it again. I'll mention it if you notice, but my connection cuts out too much. I may not. We do have settings today, so that's good. So let's have a look at our journal, I think. Assumed identity. This is the one we got. You have not checked at LUSTRUM, New Winchester, or Port Prosper for the identity of the Amenable Host. That's the name. I was trying to get there, but didn't. And we've picked up a trading opportunity, and I'm trying to remember where we can see those. Because it doesn't appear to be... Oh, you're about to... Yeah. Is it here in the hold? Ah, yes, it's here in the hold at the side. So, monetary munitions, explosives for LUSTRUM. They need 5 munitions, and we've collected 5, so let's try and figure out where LUSTRUM is. LUSTRUM lies to the south-southeast of New Winchester. I'm turn it down as low as it'll go. That should help. Good. We're gonna make our way to New Winchester and restock up on fuel and such. And then we're gonna go south by southwest, right into the middle of a hideous music festival. I say it's hideous, I've not been myself. Oh, south-southeast. It's a good thing I looked at that twice. And we're gonna go try and find LUSTRUM to drop off all of these munitions that some miners need for, oh, I'm sure, good reasons. Alucard's first name is Adrian. That's nothing to do with the stream, that's just a thing I learned. Alucard from Helsing, or Alucard from Castlevania, or an other whole different Alucard? This isn't a way through. Oh, please don't involve me in your crap tangle. I'm just trying to get out. Thank you. Alucard from Castlevania's first name is Adrian. I believe you, although, oh shit, there's wind now. I don't like that. I mean, it's fine. It's going the way we're going, so we're just going to pick up a little burst of speed for a second, and then we got out of the range. The winds in the Reach are just a real motherfucker. And some of them are fine and good and good and fine and good, and then there's the ones that push directly against you, which means that your terror just goes up and doesn't come back down. Like a push pop. Reach Marauder, you say? Yeah, maybe you thought you were gonna let me go, but it turns out that you're trapped in here with me. Oh. So we overheated, because I wasn't paying attention. So when you overheat, you have 2 options. And the first option is that you just do what I did and wait for the... I'm gonna hit R to get some of the background noise out. You can just wait for the heat to go back down, or you can just fire again, and the overheat meter will reset immediately, but you will take just like a chunk of damage as presumably something pops. We could loot the hold and get some cargo. We could strip the engine for materials. We are a little hurt, but let's just go ahead and take the materials. Anything worth scavenging in here? Can force open the doors to the hold. 61% chance. That's not too bad. Yes, exactly. Venting gas prevents explosions. But make sure it asks you to vent the gas and not whether or not you want to detonate. Alucard from Lords of Shadow is Trevor. Trevor Belmont, right. Yeah, sure, let's crack into it, see what happens. Ooh, we did not pass. Oh, we lost another cruiseman. That's not ideal. We got a jewelry box. We got a whole $19 in exchange for that man's livelihood. That's good. We just ended that Meng's whole career. Let's just keep chugging along. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So the Alucard, you're saying, from the continuity of Symphony of the Night is called Adrian. The one from... Please don't run into me. The one from Lords of Shadow is Trevor because Alucard himself is Gabriel Belmont. Spoilers, I guess. And that's the company house. We don't want to go there. I don't think I want to go visit the Tackities for money either, because I think I only have the one port report. And if you get more and hand more in at once, then each individual one is worth more. So we're going to have a bit of a look around before we come back to Victory Hall. Are going to stop off at New Winchester, resupply, see if we can't hire some more crew for our death trap, and see how that goes. Even though it's a big twist, I wouldn't call it a spoiler. Is it one of those... I didn't play the game, I know you have. Alucard from... What do you mean previous one? It did not. Annie is trying to... Oh, right. It's very obvious from the start that Gabriel is Dracula because it was written by Hideo fucking Kojima. Right. Forgot about that bit. Just wild. And I don't understand. We just buy... Oh, here, we have this, storage. Let's just use it. And the only thing we'll carry is the munitions and the supplies to get us there. Good. So now we just gotta get... say 4 fuel and 4 supplies? Can we carry that much? We cannot. Let's take more supplies than fuel, because supplies also power our Bat Scout, etc. And we'll see... I'm sure we're gonna need it trying to find a new place. Let me check the thing again, because otherwise I'm gonna forget. The south-southeast. So when we say south-southeast, what are we looking for? North, east, south. So southeast is here. Means south-southeast is here? This strip? Sounds good. And Annie. 2 exclamation points. That was double for love and money. So, I don't want to alarm any of you, but we are dropping just a couple frames at a time. I think it will be okay, but we're going to keep an eye on that as the evening progresses. Did I miss the turn I wanted? No, it's this way, and then down. I wonder if you can get more precise by adding more souths and easts. So south-south, southeast would be just a little bit to the left of there. I feel like some point in time directions wrap back in on themselves. Oh, the switch just shipped. That's nice. So we're just gonna head down and see what happens to us. It's probably gonna be fine. Listen, it's probably gonna be fine, probably. We're starting to go way too far left here. We need to scoot back to the right if we can. Actually, let's send out our bat friend and see what they have to say. While we, oh, it's starting to get snowy. And a bit of a freeze. Your scout returns. It has nothing to report, so we've got a while to go, I guess. The sky closes its cold jaws around you. Water freezes in the pipes. Engineers scurry to and fro with boiling kettles. I'm not gonna lie to you, real mad if we run into another fucking horror. The map is sort of randomly generated. There are big pieces that remain the same, but there are smaller things which are just kind of dotted around. And I'm gonna be upset if we rolled like mono fucking horrors. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm not on my way to give your adversaries just like a whole bunch of munitions, like even a little bit. That's not what I'm doing. Honest business person, me. Was a sailor in a past life. It's gonna be great. There's a question mark out this way. That looks southeasterly. Here's the desolation of Saleba. So that's good. Everything's got a gross red tint. Hey, you know how I said I didn't want to roll a third goddamn horror? Because that's where we are, currently. Oh, and there's scribes here. Lustrum's this way. Oh god, Lustrum's that way. Let's just go up. Let's just go up and around. Fuck it. Don't want to be anywhere near there. That's a bad place to be. That thing with the robes was called a sky scribe, and it sucks. It comes after you with its horrible needle hands and slashes at the sides of your train until you explode. Everyone hates it. It's awful. So this is absolutely Lustrum. I hope I don't have to go... Oh, hey, there's something just floating over here. Let's take this free stuff. Hey, we got some crockery. We needed crockery for the other quest. So we have 2 out of, I think, 3 now? If we can make one more happen, that'll be great for us. Okay, yeah, this is the turn. Stunted Grove. How quiet it is. And what's that smell? Eggs? Sulfur? Ah. Friend, what you smelled. This isn't Lustrum. We're gonna stop because we need the supplies. But this isn't where we meant to go. Let's see if I can get the name to pop. Carolion. Or Carolyn. Car Lions. Let's dock. Carolyn Center. This peaceful Carmine institution was founded by devils from London and dedicated to the betterment of the soul. Bothridge's A Tour of Heaven describes it as a cross between a spa, a sanatorium, and purgatory. She recommends its bracing airs. Here's something that we haven't yet touched on in the Fallen London canon. Devils are deeply real. They happened. When London fell below the crust of the earth into the undersea, they found ways into literal Christian hell. Actually, I don't think it's literal Christian hell, because it's different. It's more complex than that, and it's kind of its own thing. It's an alternate dimension, but in that alternate dimension, they do eat people's souls. So, womp womp. They've integrated a little bit more, it seems, since then, so let's go to the foyer. Gray stone, the color of a monastery, attending devils and devilisses dressed in uniform, and an incoming parade of the sick, the friendless, the dying, and those who think their lives would be better if only they were something else. This is Carolion, Someone please tell me how to pronounce that word. I'm being told probably Caroline, but it can be pronounced either way. This is Caroline, where souls are refined into something more impressive. We can go and speak to the presiding deviless. We've been seeing a lot of managers on our tour, so why not? Let's get a port report first. You take some notes on a pilgrim's journey through Caroline. The first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or more accurately, the long queue leading into it. From there, the infernal attendants direct them to one of Caroline's 7 gardens to undergo penances. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably their souls are much improved, not that you can tell. Can you survive a little nibble? I think there was another first part to that got cut off. Chat is fucking out again. That's disappointing. Oh, cruelty-free soul eating. That makes sense. Oh, no, there wasn't. It's just that. Fair enough. Let's go and speak to the manager. The presiding deviless works in an office shaped like a beehive, a stone and wickerwork building that stands all alone in the middle of Caroline's central courtyard. She conducts intake interviews with new patients, one by one. After a long time in line, you reach her at last. Greetings, Captain. How may we stretch, strain, purify, and strengthen you, now that you've come to Caroline? Her apron is starched, her dress pinstriped. There is a stack of patient files on her desk, color-coded. The corners of her mouth say she knows something to your disadvantage. Let's ask her. What do you do here? We do whatever is necessary to reclaim unsatisfactory souls, she says. She sits back in her chair, and you can imagine her making just such a pitch to the princes of hell. For humans, primarily, though we do attend a few other creatures elsewhere on the great chain, they come to us with souls that are stained, disused, in every kind of sordid condition, and we make them acceptable again. Most of those who come to us are volunteers, the rest are beyond the position of being able to volunteer, consigned to Caroline by their families or employers. And after a stay at Caroline, what happens? Most people go home again, she says. Some find that they are weary of their souls and pass them on to us. We operate on that slender profit, and on what we can get from donations or from sales of penance and forgiveness. She looks at the blank page before her. But what about you? You look sturdy enough to make full use of our services. Are you afraid of needles? What is your view of worms? Which do you fear more, venoms or poisons? She takes down a page or two on all of your least favorite things. Listen to a proposal and gain access to the terraces of Caroline. Sure. We're gonna get back to this commerce in a second, but we have found a cool hell place to be in. Listen, she says, you are free to make use of Caroline. Take a penance or two. Alter your soul. I think you'll find our services very imaginative. There is another matter I hope that you will look into. A devil in rose-colored gloves. He used to supervise the Gaslight Terrace. He was removed from that position, but I fear he may still not be entirely aligned with the objectives of Caroline. If you find out anything about him, anything to his disadvantage, bring me the evidence, and I will reward you. So they do hell psychiatry. Yes, Bad Road, that is the exact thing they do. Not all of it is knives. There's not knives, but they do other stuff. Let's return to the center of Caroline. Yeah, exactly. Not too many knives, just the right amount of knives. There's a bunch of stuff here. We need to trigger whatever this is. We can travel around, Carolyn. The Gaslight Terrace, the Bell Garden, the Checkerboard Garden, the Stunted Grove, the Terrace of Glass Statues, the Garden of Insatiable Roses, or the Sand Garden. In order to get into some of this, our soul needs to be bad. The top 4 we can just get into basically with basically just by knowing that it exists. And then down here, our soul is apparently flickering, so that's good. We can go to the Terrace of Glass Statues. If our soul ever becomes stained, we can fix that here, as well as going to learn what happens at the Garden of Insatiable Roses. The word insatiable in there is really interesting. And then the Sand Garden. I don't think I've ever gotten into the Sand Garden. You need a clear soul to be admitted. Oh, and it shows us what we can get. We can get Penance, Endurance, or Excess, or Inescapable Truth. They were talking about the demon working at the Gaslight Terrace, so let's just jump in there real quick and see what's happening. In a flow of ordinary folk. Your companions are a lady in a buttoned cloak and a young male student. They talk amongst themselves about the seasonable warmth, and about how the yellowish glow of the lamps does not show blue silk to best effect. Their words are commonplace, their hands folded and gloved, their opinions supplied by a respectable gazette. You have almost forgotten them, even while you are still walking together. The path descends by shallow steps to a broad terrace as crowded as an imperial exhibition. Are the penances things you want? I would say yes. You can, as we're about to see, spend them on certain things. But we do have to figure out some shit. If we have a lightless soul, we can get that fixed here. If we had any penance, it looks like. We can gain a penance of enlightenment if we try to do that. It's a 22% chance of success. I imagine if we fail, our terror will rise significantly. Let's see what the spineless curiate has. At the nearest station, a curiate has been shackled into an ordinary pillory. You step closer. What's your voice? Oh, I've seen something. In this light, it's hard not to see things. A devilish orderly jabs the curiate with a needle. At the sight of the jab, the curiate's skin goes lavender. I'm being treated for not believing in God. I've tried everything. Prayer, fasting, long weekends with a professional saint. None of it worked. My sermons were suffering. My bishop complained. And as it helped, I have dreams of snakes and angels, he says. It hasn't made me a mystic. I don't think the devils are real either. Just men with funny eyes, aren't they? The devilish orderly smiles with extra teeth. The curate needs freeing. We can get him out of this pillory by getting a penance of enlightenment and a penance shift of perspective. Or we could pay with 5 enlightenment if we were good at getting enlightenment. We have a 22% chance at that, so no. We'll come... This is a big, long thing to do, actually. We'll come back to this later. We're on a quest for commerce. But I really like Carolyn. There is some cool shit in here. Return to the center. And what do you have in your shops? Hey, bud, what are you selling? You're selling chorister nectar, which I don't think I need for anything. I could sell some supplies, but that's a bad idea. What's in the bazaar? Oh, an auction of blue-painted crockery. We could only buy one is the thing. We have one back at the bank. How many do we need for this? Oh, we need 5 more. We could... I would really like to buy all 5 of these. I'll tell you what. we're going to, because new bargains are available in 30 days. This is one of the things that the time counter matters in. So if we make it to Lustrum, we can actually sell off our munitions and then stop back here on the way and pick up this crockery and go give that to Port Avon. We already know where Port Avon is, so that'll be easy. So that's going to be our play, I think. We do still need to find Lustrum, and I'm really afraid now that it's going to be, like, directly through the Greasy Horror Show. We're going to go around, or try to, through, I think there's an opening right here? Let me zoom closer. Yeah, this is an opening right here, so I think we can go around and down, so that we don't have to deal with the bloodied hand. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna grab some extra experience on the way. So, Badroad, you asked about the fact that this background looks very multi-leveled last week, and I started to answer you, and then something came up. I think I got shot at. But this is the thing I was going to say. The parallax levels are just interesting ways to show depth to the world so that not everything is on the same kind of plane. So here we've heard about the checkerboard garden and the various places of that Carolyn has to offer, and here you can see them below us. Just the world design is very good, and the way that they choose to show how everything looks is, I think, fantastic. Yeah, exactly. We fly around at dock level, and then we can walk downstairs to the parallax stuff. This close to the Mother of Mountains, the sky grows cold. The Mother of Mountains is where we're trying to go to. Oh, the scribes got into a fight with someone. We're gonna try and avoid that, but I can hear it in the distance. All of this rubble is from the underground, I think, because they tried to raise up the city and almost got there. Yeah, sucks to suck, bud. See you in... No. You didn't need to come here and see me. You didn't need that. Have a fight with that, company person. I'm sure they're very interested in subscribing to your newsletter. They did almost succeed, London, in making their way here. A lot of London made it. Not all of it, and there were other casualties. The Reach is actually the most together section, because there's... it's mostly natural. London popped up, we're going to go with, I guess, pretty far away from here. So there's problems with it, but most of its natural splendor is intact, which is good because London needed more natural splendor to plunder. Love the British Empire. Well, this ain't it. I am shocked we managed to get away from that skyscribe with no problems. Shocked, I say. The idea is that this is one possible future is wild to me, because all possible futures exist in London. Is this a marauder? Yeah. Oh no, I did just juke right into it. We're just gonna go ahead and push you into a wall. Yeah. Okay, we got there. These fucking Sonic the Hedgehog needles. You approach the buckled wreckage of the Marauder. We can explore the captain's cabin. And seek unusual items. Our iron gives a 100% chance of success for unusual items. Let's do that. Success! For 100%, I would hope so. You've gained a new salon stewed gossip. we've read this before. A lot of the bread and butter interactions are very similar. So I'm going to be skipping over them if it's something that we've read before. If we haven't read it for a while, I might jump back in, but, that a wall? That's a wall. Don't run into the wall. We're gonna find this dang old place. Oh, hang on. Found something. That looks like south-southeast. Right? That could be it. If it's another fucking horror, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm just gonna throw shit here in my home, but I don't think it's that. I think we're gonna find Lustrum. Nope. Nope, it's these floating ones. That's good. There's another thing even further down here. So let's go for that. You look bad. I don't like the way you look. Okay, we got some free... Really? A whole nother horror. We have 4. And we're basically directly south now, so we need to go much further east than this. Okay, good. I think that's it. I've said that. How many horrors are there? I don't know. At least 4. The thing about it is that when I've played this game before, as I've said, when I played this game, in the sky there was one horror that needed to be there because it's a storyline thing, and one that was just kind of off at a corner, and there were a couple of other things mixed in with that. So I don't know how the fuck we've managed to spawn 4 on one map. I don't know if you can hear Katie laughing back here, but she is doing that thing. Like, look how empty this is. Lustrum has to be around here somewhere, right? Okay, yeah, those are the tracks. It turns out that the fucking, port was directly through the hell zone. I'm glad we've gone all the way around, but we've gotten there, everyone. It's fine. I'm going to eat a alphabet real quick. There's a dock somewhere on here. There it is. Love it. Love me, love my country. Just gonna... There we go. Hail Lustrum, the Prospectors' Quarter. The frantic, hustling heart of Lustrum, crammed with prospectors, peddlers, and purveyors of essential and occasionally legal services. Most business takes place here, unless you're a dreamer seeking your fortune on the claim fields. Let's go to the bazaar first real quick and make our dang ol' money. Just made 600 sovereigns. Oh, we also gained, like, an extra 100 sovereigns. Gained 10 fortunes for the Tackities. So the balance of power between the Tackities and the Windward Company is bending. The Tackities are curious now about us because our reputation has gone up. Our reputation with the Windward Company is tolerated. I'm certain they don't like that we've just handed their opponents 5 big boxes of gun juice, but hey. And we got a level, and we'll deal with that in a minute. We can buy a price stack of penny dreadfuls. I don't think we need that, and especially because we're going to go, buy that crockery, I guess. Let's just double up. How many crockery did we need? We needed 5 for the thing? What's 12 minus 5? I'm bad at math. 7? So... 14? Sure, we'll spend some on the way. Let's look at the stories, though. Let us explore Lustrum. What was briefly a modest, pleasant town on the Mother of Mountains now runs on increasingly desperate dreams of riches. Fools sell their futures for the chance to mine years from the mountain's frozen sides. Sharper minds sell pickaxes, supplies, and the promise of a warm bed at the end of a bitter day's work. Let's write ourselves a port report. So much for the quiet retirement village that used to be here. The rush of prospectors has ripped the civility from the place as efficiently as the geodes from the mountainside. The scars that remain are no less vivid. Fewer and fewer prospectors return with geodes of hours, and the cost of processing them off-site grows every day. Still, for now, Lustrum thrives and offers the promise of riches for any lucky or industrious miner willing to come and risk everything in the snow and the mud. Search for the Amenable Host's identity. Right, this was one of the spots. The locket is passed around the camps of prospectors. Most scratch their heads, others sigh and look away. An elderly prospector approaches, carrying her hat in her hands. "You're the one looking for old Gray," she sighs. "Long dead, shot south of the mountain. Wouldn't share his hours, fool. No point rising high on the mountain if there's no one at the bottom holding you up." You have found no conclusive evidence of the Amenable Host's identity at Lustrum. Good to know. We could seek a claim of our own. It costs 100 sovereigns to stake a claim. I don't think I want to get into that just yet. Visit the Windward Company. Nope. Speak with a watcher at the station. He stares at your crew as they disembark your engine. He turns away when no one emerges holding anything. He is clearly agitated. "Sorry," the man apologizes. I didn't mean to stare. It's just we've been waiting for a delivery from London. Really important supplies. I don't suppose you might be heading anywhere near the relay to Albion, would you? If you could check if anything's happened to it, we'd really appreciate it. The Albion Transit Relay lies to the northeast of New Winchester, near Port Prosper. So it's on the exact opposite side of the map that we are. So, sure, I guess? Let's see if that works for them. Visit the Golden Tea Shop, because I know we can, dump some terror here. An oasis of London civility and culture, and a town with little of either. Melusin Murgatroyd stands proudly behind the display of fresh scones and slightly yellowing cream buns. At a small wooden table, successful prospectors and their significant others welcome themselves to the world of the nouveau riche with a spot of afternoon tea. Pinky fingers stand proud and erect from bone china cups covertly topped up with moonshine. Speak to Melusin Murgatroyd. She single-handedly runs both the family business and the family business. Unless you count the small gaggle of overworked and underpaid maids, which Melusin does not. Smelling faintly of burned hair, she tinkers with the latest invention intended to be her ticket out of both this no-horse town and her father's control. Eyebrows, she confirms, are a small price to pay for scientific progress. What do you got? What she has in an assortment of terrible opportunities. Melusin glows with pride as you examine her mostly untested inventions. The clockwork lens array that offers superhuman levels of telescopic sight, provided you can insert all 6 sharp brass hooks under your eyelids. The internal combustion privy, ideal for handling unpleasant waste products and warming whatever's left of your house after the inevitable explosion. An automated pickaxe capable of striking Earth 7 times a second. Melusin nods, irritated. Pity about the minor bone-shattering issue. The only thing she won't let you poke at is a twisted arrangement of glassware and electricity in the corner. That's not mine. Not entirely. I'm still working on that. Complicated. If you know, you know if you know. If you don't, I shouldn't say. Hi there. I should have done this at the beginning of the stream. I certainly meant to. This is, at its core, a cosmic horror game. You've seen the combat, and it's mostly ship-to-ship, not particularly explicit, but there are sometimes descriptions of things which are very unpleasant and upsetting. I'm not gonna really be able to know when those are coming up, because it's been a long time since I've played this game. If I remember something big, I'll try my best. But this is your content warning for kind of general body horror, things from another world, parts where parts shouldn't be, this sort of thing. My bad. I will set a reminder for my phone next time to do that at the beginning of the stream. Let's return to the shop and enjoy a lovely cup of tea. Melusin's maids hurry around, serving a clientele more used to bellowing at bartenders than sitting politely with exquisitely cut cucumber sandwiches. Eventually, it is your turn to be served. You are invited to choose your preferred blend. Yeah, that's the thing, is that that's something that I didn't have a good time reading. It felt bad when I was saying it, but I'm here. I'm just sort of processing the things. I'm gonna adjust my microphone slightly, because I think that I keep peaking the mic. Do a quick add adjust. Lifting them and adjusting them. The knobs of the future. Is the compressor fucking up? I don't know. I think it's just because I went real ham on the open and close so that it can hear me if I'm I'm not breathing on it. It's just when I get a little too boisterous. Let's go with the Eleutherian Gold, because it looks like tea with the occasional sparkle. It's challenging, but not too challenging. A single sip and you feel slightly dizzy. 2 sips and you struggle to find your legs. The sense of pleasurably disconnected bonhomme The sense of pleasurably disconnected banana lingers for a few hours. Your terror has fallen, you have lost 5 sovereigns, and you have sampled Eleutherian Gold. We're becoming a tea snob. Return to town. Anything else to find when you explore Lustrum? Your boots crunch through the snow, clean and bright, lacking the lingering sadness of London's ammonia-suffused lacquer. The townspeople nod politely to you, a distinguished visitor, but avert their eyes from the grizzled prospectors and get-rich-quick merchants who have taken over their slice of civilization on the mountain. They wait impatiently for a day when the mountain has nothing more to offer, and the uncouth invaders finally leave, hoping that something still remains when all of value has finally been plundered. I think that's it. Let's jam off from here and go back and find... Oh, Sweet James Counting House. A little accountancy firm snuggled in the snowy drifts. Sweet Jane oversees everything herself. The transference of funds, the balancing of probabilities, the transport of commodities, the termination of contracts. She is huddled behind her desk, swaddled in monstrously ugly red scarf. While she fiddles with her abacus with one gloved hand, she heats the other over a little coal fire. Her one good eye focuses on you. She smiles. Listen to Sweet Jane's offer. She surveys us alarmingly. She limps to the window. Snow batters the window pane. The shadow of the mountain is all but lost in the blizzard. The lantern light means the offices of the Windward Company are just about visible. I was raised by the company. Children are faster workers, you understand. Her fingers drum on the windowsill. It's such a waste. Where they see men, they see labor. Where they see time, they see chains with which to bind us. But where they see death in the skies, I see victory. She turns to you and smiles. Bring me nameplates, torn from London ships, and I will see you adequately compensated. Accept her offer. You will hunt London locomotives and bring their nameplates to Sweet Jane. Or decline, you will do no such thing. I don't see a good reason to not do this. Anyone? Anyone against me hitting this here button? The one where we blow up capitalist ships and, No, it's not piracy because they don't care whether or not we take anything. They just want them blown up. It's mercenary work, really. I mean, what we're doing, like, day-to-day, basically, is piracy, in that people attack us, and... I mean, it can be piracy, and then, you know, the payment for bringing in the nameplates is just a little extra dosh. On top of, you know, all the plunder. We'll need a bigger hold if we want to be serious pirates, but we could be serious pirates. She reaches out and touches your hand, just for a moment. Hers is ice cold. Thank you. You've agreed to Sweet Jane's murderous request. You have been tasked with hunting down London dreadnoughts for Sweet Jane. I wonder if that one is still fighting the Sky Scribe. Probably not. I think we got too far away and it would have busted by now. Let's see if we can't go all the way around the rim and then come in this way back into Carolyn and buy that tea set. And then we can go from there to Port Avon and then back to New Winchester to drop off all of our port reports. I think this is a good plan. There was a button I was gonna hit. Oh, here we go. We got our new level up. So, our stories, some of them remain the same. Scarred, A Spell in Prison, an interlude in red and gold. I didn't explain this, but this is a visit to a sanatorium, as they keep phrasing it as, an inpatient healthcare facility. A mentor, that's new. The smoggy streets, the august avenues, a lost love, haunted, or a promise of days. Anyone have an opinion about these? Looks like the frame dropping stopped, so that's good. It hasn't. I haven't had a red bar pop up for like an hour now, so that's good. You're scared of all of these. Oh well. Good. It's starting to get rough in here. We didn't have an easy previous life. I'm scared of them. I didn't say stop. That song is a pop culture footnote. I just don't have a preference. Let's go with Lost Love, because that's something we know from our previous thing over here, where we were embroiled in a torrid affair. We apparently lost that person, so hey. Love. The gradual erosion of that which separates you from someone else. The fitting together of two lives as intricately and intimately as the threads in a tapestry or the cells in your skin. And when one of those lives ends, what remains of the other? You loved, and you lost. How badly does it hurt now? Our options are like a gnawing ache and a hole in the heart. You feel always that something is missing. In the middle of other things, you will look up and around, and then remember that they will never be there. Or, like a fresh wound, as red now as it was then. Sometimes the grief is raw, ravaging, a wolf howl in a midwinter's night. At other times it sullenly slinks, waiting for a reason, any reason, to lift its head and howl again. How about, it's still pretty bad, mate? Versus, oh my god, I'm dying. Why am I listening to Don McLean's crying for the third time in a row? I think I do like A Hole in the Heart a little better. This was someone we met on our Z voyages, so we've had time to heal, I think. And for this we get a moment of inspiration, which is a metaphysical trading thing. And 5 hearts and 3 mirrors sounds good. We're pretty all in for iron. 31's high for level 4, I think. No wonder we had a 100% chance off that one thing. Right, coming about. So while we're on our way, she says, hoping we don't run into anything terrible, I wanted to talk about something. I actually wanted to talk about this last week, and I forgot all about it. But when I was talking about cosmic horror and how you can do that without actually invoking the Lovecraftian mythos at all. Some of one of the best pieces of cosmic horror I've seen in a while is a Homestar Runner cartoon from a couple of years ago. It was their Halloween tune for that year. I don't remember which year. Called Mr. Poofers Must Die. And it's about Homestar trying to tell a story about this weird simply drawn dog that dies, but the story won't allow him to kill the dog. He tries several times, the other characters also take a shot at it, but the story simply won't let him. It has to end in a very safe and friendly way. And the stories themselves are actually quite inoffensive and cute, and if it weren't for the fact that we're getting there because this idea is literally taking control of people's actual mouths and minds, yeah, it's actually kind of terrifying. I suggest go watching the cartoon. It would take less time to do that than I just took explaining it. Oh, we have something here. An abandoned signal box. I think I said that, but thank you for putting it in the chat. It is called Mr. Poofers Must Die. Window cracks have accreted a filling of moss-green dust. Once white paint is yellowed and peeling, the signal box possesses a faded dignity like a beleaguered butler. It was designed with pride to be part of that great folly, the Isambard line. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted leaves, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cache inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. We can read the ledger. Captains who withdraw from the cache should note their names and ship and what they took. Occasionally, they add anecdotes. We will gain a vision of the heavens or some sky stories. That's good. We can raid the cache. A captain who takes from the cache must later replenish it. This may mean enemy aids enemy and rival succors rival. Better that than bad luck. So we can just pull some fuel or supplies or repairs or something weird out of the box. Or we can just leave. I think let's read the ledger. I like having the visions of the heavens and stuff. A recent entry. The handwriting is poor but legible. Captain Smith withdrew fuel, giving no reason. There is a column for miscellaneous notes. The captain warns of a condition affecting her crew. It started during a period of downtime. one took up gazing into the stars and encouraged others into the consideration of the heavens. This has since become a fixation, and the entire crew only grudgingly leaves the windows to perform their labors. Excellent. That's not terrifying at all. And he's singing the Starworm song from that game that went on forever that I can't remember the name of. Iconoclasts. Honestly, there's plenty of eldritch horror in plain old folklore. Yeah, I agree. Which is the thing, is that it's an idea that is honestly pretty universal, but modern day, we seem to, as a society, have landed on the idea of, if it's not your green tentacle buddy Cthulhu, it's nothing. If you don't have a Nyarlathotep in there, what are you even doing? And because of that author's legacy, I think that's shit. We can do better as a society. People obsess over how broad things have to fit in a narrow scope. Yeah, exactly. This is something that Katie was talking about a couple of days ago. No, I'm sorry, I'm gonna read this other thing first. It's just like how you can make a good fighting game without it being a fucking Street Fighter clone, you fucks. Which turns back around to how Smash Bros. Is a good fighting game. You're not wrong. You're not wrong for this exact reason. We're just gonna buy all of these. And I think we'll buy another bit of supplies since we have that one extra on there. Yeah. Oh no, this is back into the that other menu. Hey Riz. Oh, you're waiting patiently for the ad to finish so you can't hear me. There it is. Hello. There it is. I saw the thing pop up and I was waiting for the sound so that I wouldn't get spooked. Thank you, Riz, for your 17 months of support. We appreciate you. I started to say something and then I stopped. It was something about what Katie was saying the other day, and whatever I was doing escaped me. Dunk. I feel certain I'll remember it. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. A stowaway. Something is amiss. Things are out of place, unexplained cracker crumbs on the pantry floor, the chief engineer's favorite wrench hung on the wrong hook, several empty pages torn from the back of your logbook. The crew protest their innocence and contribute their own stories, vanished shoelaces, doors left open, and oily footprints on a door frame. You have a stowaway. We can coax them out if we have a bunch of tales of terror. We do not. We have the one. Or we can conduct a thorough search. We have a 27% chance of success at that. Not observant, us, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway, because we do not have another option. Because we do not have another option. Failure. Try as you might, you find no sign of your uninvited passenger. Whoever it is, they've gone to ground. You may get another chance to catch the stowaway. Onwards. That could have gone a lot worse. I'm hearing the Sky Scribe and something else fight again. And I'm thinking that if it's that same, like, London Dreadnought, it might be worth going to try to clean that up. But I really don't want to get into a Sky Scribe fight right now. I have this basic-ass ship. That's actually probably going to be the next thing we do, is upgrade our train, if we can. Oop, hang on. There's some scavengeables. Oh, why did I do this? I don't have room for these. Oh, it was hull. Good. Good, I'm glad it was hull. I don't need room for that. Yeah, it's just your basic ass ship. What's for days? We're going to Port Avon. If you hear some minor crunching, I do apologize. I'm trying to keep it to a minimum. But I did forget to eat before we went on stream. And I poured a bowl of alphabets, thinking, oh, it's fine, I'll just jam all of these into the front of my face while the music's going. And then suddenly the music wasn't going anymore. I think I'm getting away with it. The mic isn't peaking. It's not even activating. So that's good. Wonder if I should turn down the graphical settings a little bit, because it does keep doing a bit of a hiccup whenever it's like bringing in a new area. Is there a message in your alphabets? Do they say ooh? No, because I don't buy Cheerios. I hadn't bought alphabets for a long time either. Like, this is the first time, this is one of the few times I've seen alphabets in like 8 years. They're back. Do you know alphabets? They're back. In POG form. The Repentant Devil is still here. Maybe we could pick up the Repentant Devil. But first, let's sell off this crockery. Make 550, I almost called them bells. I played a bunch of, almost called it Minecraft. Animal Crossing today. I almost called it Minecraft because I did a bunch of landscaping work. Uh-oh. I believe the Stovepipes war efforts. I didn't read that before I did it, so I've actually just played both sides. We are a pirate. Thick job. Made a bunch of money, though. Anything interesting happening here? Go to the dock. Quiet day in Port Avon. We could play a round of cricket or buy cheap fuel at the engine yard. I don't think I want to do either of those things, actually. Actually, I would like to play a round of cricket. Let's do that. Nobody seems to remember how long this game has been going on, just that the score is now almost a formality. You play your part and points are scored, yet by the time you leave it is no closer to an end. Nobody seems to mind. It is, after all, cricket. Oh, yes, let's write a port report. And we can host a tea party aboard our locomotive if we had any tea to party with. That would have been nice. We have a bunch of salon-stewed gossip. We can, like, trade that so that we can stay at Port Avon longer. I feel like that would have been a deep cut if I knew more about cricket. Like, cricket matches go on for multiple fucking days, quite often. It's, like, cricket as a sport is wild to me, and I don't understand it. And I've had most of it, like... I've had it explained to me how the scoring works and what the rules are, and I kind of understand it from that perspective. I just don't understand why it needs to be, like, a cricket match needs to be, like, 6 tests over 4 days. I don't know why we're doing that as people. It's just one of those things that gets so deeply ingrained into the, like, country's consciousness, I think, that they're just like, yeah, that happens. I mostly know that if you hit Raphael in the face, that's 6 runs. I don't understand that reference. Apparently Bad Road knows what a crumpet is. I think that's a Ninja Turtles reference, I say, because I'm being told it from the other side of the room. Here's the village green. We can watch a cricket match. Take a relaxing stroll. We have still more terror than I would like. So let's take a relaxing stroll around the village. Your terror has fallen, but not a lot. Above, a golden nebula is fierce in the sky. Amber light dapples the curving lanes. Locals nod to you cautiously as you pass. A light drizzle of silver rain brushes the village. Its beads are bright and tiny as pinheads. So, I think we're gonna back out of this. There's the Nowhere Inn. This is some stuff that I don't want to mess with just now. What's happening at the Cyclopean ruins? Not one of the looming stones is quite square, yet they all slot together immaculately. What were these ruins before their fall? Even their bones are tall and stately as the finest cathedrals of old France. What purpose did they serve in the past, plentiful days when their sun still shone? Raphael, in the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, is questioning why Casey Jones even has a cricket bat, and when nobody even understands cricket unless they know what a crumpet is, so Casey explains. I'm being told it's the first movie. I'm simply reading the thing that's in front of me. I remember that now. We can enjoy the picturesque surroundings, which is a thing that is only unlocked when we have the waste waif's attention. I feel like I don't want that. And I definitely don't want to roll on something that has to do with this fucking thing that only has a 37% chance of success. That seems bad, but maybe once we get more hearts, we'll come back and give that a go. In the meantime, let's go to New Winchester, turn in our port reports, and see what new stuff we can get at the bazaar. Let's try and find the other couple of ports we haven't been to yet. You don't have to be sorry, you made a mistake. It's the thing about it is that, the other squirrels Lily quite enjoy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So they're zeroed in. Not too far from home. Gonna trade in all these port reports. How much money do we have right now? 1156? That's a pretty good chunk. That's a pretty good chunk of change. With the trade-in value on our current train, I think we can get something new. Maybe upgrade our hold capacity, or our ability to not run into walls because we're not paying attention. That would be a good thing to level up. I'd like that ability in real life. Who do I talk to about spending my points? I think I'd never found that vendor. Ah, this taste of smog and the sound of iron on iron. We are home. Let's just slide. Right? No. Okay, there we go. We got there. It's fine. We have an opportunity. Oh, a note from Mr. Menagerie. It should tell you where Mr. Menagerie was headed. Oh, I needed to read that. The poster at the station has been torn down, and there is no sign of Mr. Menagerie itself. Cowled figures lurk in the fog, but none have a collection of adorable little beasts. The station master waves you over. Mr. Menagerie has left a note for you. We go to the Regent's Obelisk, which you have made into a gaudy amusement. Good. Can't wait. Recent news, skullduggery at Port Avon. The pages of the Gazette are awash with scandal. The Port Avon Parish Council complains of noises from the local ruins at night. The prudent secretary is eager for any confirmation of tackety activity in the ruins. The indurate veteran would also like someone to look into the matter, though not too hard, mind. We can investigate that rumor, or we can ignore those rumors for now. I mean, it's right there. We just came from Port Avon. It's not very far away. Let's go ahead and investigate those rumors. The Winchester War digging at Port Avon. Travel to Port Avon to find out what the Tacketies are up to. We've lost one salon-stewed gossip. Okay, then. That's fine. We had plenty. Crap. I was gonna turn in the port reports before I did shopping, so let's run and do that real quick. It's... oh gosh, excuse me. It's just right here. We'll get there. I'm gonna make this bread. Rise and shine, horrors. Let's make this bread. Deliver your port reports to the Endurate Veteran. You've gained 4 Tacketies gratitude. We've got 6 now. An extra 400 sovereigns. Gained 4 fortunes for the Tacketies. Lost 4 fortunes for the stovepipes. Good for them. You lost gossip. It went away. Yeah. The thing about gossip is that secrets are only useful if you're the only person that knows it. Once they're out into the world, then everyone knows, and it's no longer a useful piece of information. I think that's meant to be the idea behind it. We can trade our favor for an otherworldly artifact or a savage secret. Secrets are also sort of physical things. I think we have a savage secret. What does our hold look like? Possessions. Uh-oh. Well. Just give it a second. Oh Lord, it's coming. There it is. We already have some otherworldly artifacts, so we don't need more of those. What's the other thing? Savage Secret, which is this. Truth is brutal. Brutality, truth. Acquire these from the Victory Hall Parsimonious Chairman or New Street Line. I think we don't need that. So we're just gonna hang on to these then. Okay. Secrets are also physical things, sort of, as are many types of knowledge. Not wrong. But I don't think we're carrying a bunch of books with us. I'm really bad at docking, everybody. I'm bad at that particular portion of the game. I feel like I always am 2 seconds away from just bashing into the side of the dock and lowering my hull for no reason. Let's look at the shops. Abraham's Engineering. Nope, that's not what we wanted. Engine Yard. Yes. What's our inventory like? It's like this. So, currently, we could get a Parzival-class courser. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the courser. You see here we have 2, what are these called? Small armament slots. We'll lose one of those, but it'll get replaced by a large armament slot. We're going to lose our plating slot, so if we had armor, we wouldn't be able to get onto it. And there are some other things that go into the plating slot too, but it's mostly armor. Our bridge slot would open up, or we would get another bridge slot, which is good, because there's lots of things that go into the bridge slot. and we would have 1 utility slot, the same as we have now. Actually, let's go ahead and have a look at our engineering and see what we can get if we have a good bridge slot. That's utility, that's engines, that's the thick armaments. We can give our train sensible plumbing, which gives us an extra 6 quarters, so our crew would go up from a maximum of 10 to a maximum of 16. It's amazing how many more people you can fit into a cramped space if you're getting rid of the waste properly. That is 660 sovereigns, though, so we couldn't do both of those at once. There's a winch and pulley, which would increase our hold quite a bit. I guess you currently have senseless plumbing. Yeah, it just goes everywhere. It just goes, like, right across halls, through beds. I have some just in my cabin. It just comes out. I've attached, like, an aftermarket hose that sends it out to one of the fucking windows. It's just a hazard. It's a hideous mess. Actually, I think we should not get a new train, because that would completely deplete our supplies, but I do want to get something useful. Let's grab a mining array. So that can go in our auxiliary slot, and we can use that to mine for some resources. And shielding, we don't really get hit because I put us on easy mode. I kind of would like another a faster engine. Can we afford that? We can. But we can't afford both. Just under. We're like 50 short. If we sell our current engine, is that going to be worth... You cannot remove your engine. You could, however, replace it with another one. Alright then. Let's just grab the new engine. And make everything just a little bit faster. And then we'll come back for the mining array once we do a couple, like... a couple of commerces. We can sell this old one. Another 250 that sells for? Golly gosh. I was expecting it to not sell for 50. How you mine for fish? That's a great question. I have no idea. We can just grab this. And then we're gonna have enough to, like, do a bizarre thing after that. Yeah. We can do both. Look at us. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Andy. I was expecting GameStop prices for my trade-in. No, this is a respectable port. Full of serious tradespeople. C is for Port Avon. The annual allotment competition looms on Port Avon. Up to 3 sacks of verdant seeds required urgently. Delivered to the vicar of the Nowhere Inn as soon as possible, if not before. Port Avon lies to the southwest of New Winchester. Nectar for Magdalens. The house of small comfort requires up to 3 gourds of chorister nectar. Only respectable business persons need apply. Do we know where we can buy either of those quickly? Port Avon sells souls. Carolyn sells chorister nectar. We could go get that. Barrel of unseasoned hours, which makes sense because that's what they're mining there. It's gonna be a long trip because we gotta go all the way down and back. But I think it's worth it. We can just make that happen. Do we know where we can find a respectable business person? I have some contacts that I could call, but it would take a couple of days. Did we get any chorister nectar? What's in our bank right now? We don't. We have ours and another crockery. Let's get rid of the crockery we have, by the way, and just make room for that. And... let's try and recruit some crew, because we did lose a lot of crew. Let us hire 2 or 3 crew. You gained 2 crew and lost 40 sovereigns. That's good. That's almost back up to where we wanted. Let's get food, too. Food and supplies. Or fuel and supplies. One of these buttons does that thing. Here we go. Okay, to Carolyn. Carolyn. Why do I know that woman? Portal 2 was a great game. I understand that's a hot take. But, listen, I'm here to say the important shit. Portal 2, it turns out, was a pretty good game. You know, from terms of, like, storytelling and, voice acting perspectives. Just fantastic. I want to stream the pair of them sometime. I would absolutely watch that. I was for a little while trying to like get good at a like no skips or like no glitches portal speedrun. And I did manage to make it to just under an hour, but that's not what the speedrun's like. Got some more supplies, that's good. Yeah, it's like, Russell Simmons? J.K. Simmons, there it is. J.K. Simmons playing Cave Johnson and Stephen Merchant playing, Wheatley. And, Ellen McCain as GLaDOS and Chell as herself. It's a fantastic series. Hey, we got some dried tea. We can do something with that dried tea. Let's make that happen. Let's have a talk with our first officer. Get to know the fortunate navigator. He often recounts escapades from his last engine, but rarely shares anything from before that. Perhaps a quiet cup of tea will draw him out. Quiet appreciation. He clears his desk for the tea set by sweeping papers to the floor. I'll tidy up afterwards. The condition of his cabin casts doubt on that. I grew up a servant of the Eagle Khan's ambassador to London. His son, Atlan, befriended me. We climbed out of the attic window to race urchins together. A wistful note enters his voice. We never won. The navigator trickles a spoonful of sugar into his cup, and then another. Could we stop at London? He stirs and stirs the tea. Alton died. I couldn't even be at the funeral. I want to say goodbye, but I'll need to speak with his parents first. Yeah, we could probably do that for you. We're not even, like, fucking close to going to London right now. But we can make that happen, I'm sure. Portal, the story of a robot, the test subject she falls in love with, and the cycle of unhealthy relationships ending in growth and explosions. You're not wrong, but it is terrible. Oh, Cantankerai, please get away. Alright, come at me then. Oh. Or you'll back up into a stick you didn't see and get yourself. Good. Good. Also, there's a white cis man who pretends to be incompetent so no one realizes he's actually manipulating everything for his own benefit. He's orb-shaped. Does that count as a railing kill? I'm going to say yes. So, the Cantankerai are lumbering, half-fossilized isopods that will attack anything they disapprove of. Given that they are very ancient and murderously grumpy, that means almost everything. The largest chunk of the Cantankerai still lives. They can be slow to die, stubbornness, perhaps, or the sluggish journey of signals along their calcified nerves. we can listen to its last complaint. Its parting grumble is bitter and mournful. Your crew share tales of the cantankerite to distract themselves from the noise. We would get experience for that, and a sky story, and we would hear tales of the cantankerite. I don't know what that last thing will do for us. We could prize precious stones from its carapace. Just straight gain money. We have a 74% chance of that. Or we can leave the beast untouched. You have presumably less unpleasant concerns to attend to. Or if we had a canning array, which we didn't get, we opted for the mining array instead, we could drill into it and get meat. And it's fine. I'm terrified of railing after watching Katie play dangerous driving. She twice managed to clip her car and just grinded it down till the physics engine tossed her miles into the air. Yee. I don't think I want to roll. I think let's gain some experience. The cantankerite emits a long, flatulent eruption. It sounds as if someone had punctured a hippo. An engineer clears its throat. Once saw a herd of cantankerite mob a scorn fluke. Must have been 24 of them. So furious they impaled themselves on its spine to get at it. You have gained 50 experience and gained a sky story. Good. Good. I'm glad we did that thing. Oop. So I thought we were pointed the other way than that. I thought we were pointed away. Away from the wall. Just thought we'd pointed away from the wall. We're gonna go to Carolyn here. And, that's the wall. Thank you, Riz. And an overgrown shrine. You're new. The path leads you to a broken statue, seemingly ignored by devils of Carolyn, except for whoever placed the freshly lit candles at its feet. The path leads you to a broken statue. Oh no, we read that. The face is poorly carved, but its features unmistakable. The burrower below stares at you through one gemstone eye in an empty socket. We may contemplate the statue, or we can steal an offering from the burrower below. We could steal an offering from the burrower below. I was gonna say since when are shrines grown, but this is Fallen London, and that is my answer. We're not going to steal an offering from something that looks like this. This thing sucks. You're not seeing it well because it's quite small in image. You see it bigger later, but it is an eye full of eyes, and it's bad, and I hate it. We're going to contemplate the statue. Burrower is a strange word, and adding below just sounds like a tongue twister from hell, yeah. Ah, what a nice statue. I am contemplating this statue. Someone has put together some significant amount of work making this wonderful statue. While the statue is the raw material of nightmares, there is something soothing about the idea that even a beast like this might be harnessed, that there is the chance of such an ally for those who crack the code of offerings and prayer. Whether it is actually listening, it is impossible to tell. The thought that it even might, however, is something to hold on to in the dark. Your terror has fallen. Faith brings great comfort. I suppose. I was just going to buy the thing and take a break. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate it. Let's go to the shop. We're going to go to the bazaar. Nope. We're going to go to Grimory's, buy, was it 3 things of Chorister Nectar? I did not accept that quest. But that's fine. We can still buy them. No, we can't. They're 120 apiece. We're going to take a break. Yep. And when we come back, we'll find a thing to do, I suppose. Wow, duped this one. I'm going to stand up, get some water, stretch my legs. I suggest that you do whatever self-care is important to you. We will be running an ad break during our BRB. If you watch those ads, we would earn a couple of pennies. If you choose not to watch those ads, that is perfectly okay. Either way, we will meet you back here in 3 to 5 minutes. We will see you then. Hey, I'm back. It me. It continue to be me. So that bit where I said we'll figure out something new to do, let's do that bit. There's all this shit back here. I kind of feel like I want to go back into this chunk and just see what's there. I think I am being slightly coy. I feel like I know what is there. But honestly, that's a bad idea. That's a deeply bad idea. Because we don't have enough money, really, to make a thing happen. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's go to New Winchester. We'll actually sell off the, like, crockery and shit that we have stored in the bank, and that'll get us some cash. And then let's go to the northeast, so it's probably around in here somewhere, to find the transit relay, and we can do that quest that we got in LUSTRUM about the guy who has a package who that needs delivering. Let's do that. That's some guaranteed dosh. Free dosh. Dosh is innocent. I hope y'all are having a good evening. I know I am. This is bad, suddenly. I was going to do a nice thing where I attempted to connect with my audience, but, no, we're about to get murdered by Frost, I guess. I'm glad it's not bad thus far, Riz. Let's have a look at the cold that kills. The temperature has plummeted and continues to fall by the hour. Pipes lock with ice. The crew wrap themselves in coats and blankets. It will not be enough. Some mutter that you have angered the waste waif who speaks in frost and bitterness. The waif is a lonely power. Perhaps its displeasure would ease if you gave it some company. So, our options, therefore, are choose a suitable scapegoat. We will lose a crew member to placate the waste waif and lose its wrath. I mean, it doesn't say that we'll lose the crew member. It just says that the waste waif has specific requirements. You know, like you do. We could soak the engine, shovel more fuel. The boiler will drive the cold away. We will have to use 2 fuel. That's probably okay, though. Or we can cast out all our supplies and begin fasting. The waste waif is a starveling. Perhaps it will show a flicker of sympathy for those who suffer as it does. Or we can endure the cold as best we can. We have a very low heart, so that's not going to happen. Let's just, like, eat fuel. The stokers work extra shifts. The fires rise, the boiler hums, the pipes are scalding to the touch, the corridors warm as toast. Slowly, your locomotive shrugs off its coat of pale frost. You'll notice we didn't fix the problem with the waste waif. It's being said in the chat, better the waste waif than the waste waif, and you're not wrong. We are quite low on fuel, so this goes from 1 to 0. When it does that, the bar will fill again, and then we will have the length of that bar to get back to New Winchester. I think we can do it. I believe in us. I need to not make mistakes like having to turn back around like I just did, but I'm sure it will be fine. I mean, we have 3 supplies. We can probably burn the crates for fuel if it's necessary, which it won't be. We're totally going to get back to New Winchester on time and under budget. That's a real thing that's going to happen. Our terror's booping a little bit because our crew does not like not having fuel. Couldn't imagine why. It's probably fine. Yeah, it's so fine. It's so super fine. We can get there. We can get up this way. Yeah, we've made it. Look, I don't know why you all were so worried. I told you we'd have it. And we have. Look, here it is. New Winchester. The place with the helpful hardware folks. We're just gonna slide right in. Perfect. Exactly how I drew it up. There's a note from Mr. Menagerie again. I don't know why that's still there. Ambition wealth. We need more wealth than we have. We can repair our locomotive, but it doesn't really need it. We can still investigate the black box. Our veils have increased a little bit. We could try and pick the lock ourselves, but it's only a 44% chance. I think I want this to be a little better than a coin flip if we were to try this. Let's just back off of that then. What is in the bazaar? It's this same exact section. It's a good thing I didn't accept this one because we would not have been able to fulfill it. Let's go to the bank. Is this a permadeath game? So not quite. If we die, then all of our possessions will be handed off to a new captain, who starts at a lower level, but not level 1. And we can make new choices for that captain's backstory the way we have for ours, and level them up differently if that's something we decide to do. I don't know if we'll get to that because I specifically chose like a bunch of options to make this easier because I want to experience the story. And when we die, the map will remain the same, as opposed to being refreshed. The maps refresh on a new game, but continuing with a new captain doesn't count as a new game. Let me know if I did not explain myself well during that, but I do think I got there. I was going to sell that stuff into... Victoria Market, selling. 2 crates of nostalgic crockery, 1 barrel of unseasoned hours for 180 sovereigns. That's not bad. We need a lot of fuel, though. Yeah, let's just pop it for 3 fuel. But you can't reload from a save. There's an option that allows you to reload from a save. I did not take that option because in the event that we die, I wanted to start with a new captain, just to show y'all what that is like. There is a... But you get to choose whether or not that option is on when you start. So probably, like, it's gonna be near the edge. It's probably right about here. What are you called? Lipkin's Field. That sounds about right. I tell you what, let's go to Hare's Hope and then try and move up through that. No, let's don't do that, because because that's a question mark. We don't want question marks. Let's go to Bazaar's Falling and then cut through here. This absolutely connects together. So it'll uncover a little bit more of the map. Yeah, exactly. Your difficulty experience is quite customizable, which is another great thing about this game and the people who make it. The options that I've turned on, by the way, actually we can just look at those because you can change them at any time. What a wonderful life. Are they in controls? They are not. They might just be at the, they might just be on the main menu. Yeah, they are just on the main menu, actually. So you can't change them at any time. But make sure you hit the right thing. Hit resume. So, the options that I've turned on are, the ships, other people's ships shoot. You've seen them. You've seen them shoot at us, and when they shoot at us, their projectiles are rather slow. You can make them faster or slower with an option. We have chosen the stately option, which lets them move quite slow and gives us plenty of time to get out of the way. I was going to go to the left. And the other thing is the rate at which supplies and fuel decreased. I've turned that up or down, whichever one means that they decrease less quickly. So one fuel will last us for actually quite a long time, like you just saw. Because I didn't want to fuck around with that either, when what I wanted to do was show y'all the story of this game. And I think this might just be what we play until Silksong comes out. The reason I say that is there's actually quite a lot of game here. We're exploring... Let me zoom out. We're exploring this one reach of the heavens. There are 4. The location we're about to go to is the relay that'll ship us off to the, second, sphere, the sort of ramp up from this one, where the center is London, and then there's a whole bunch of shit around that. And then there are 2 more, one of which is sort of based in the idea that we are in the literal heaven, and this is where souls are, and dead people come here. That's where we were, by the way, when our ship got janked in the intro. Which is called the Blue Kingdom. And... come on. And then there's the 3rd one, and I can't remember what it's called right now. But it has some really interesting things in it. We'll talk about them more when we get to them, I suppose. Let's raid the captain's cabin. Get some unusual items. More salon stewed gossip. Wonderful. Yeah, this is about it. Let's see if we can't move around to the right of this. I think this is a smallish rock that we can go around. The inscription. Oh, hey! So here's this. It's a wonder. It's the opposite of a horror. When we're around it, our terror goes slightly down, slightly down, slightly down for a little while. There's a cap to it, but you can see it's going. The inscription on the memorial to the unknown rat is dedicated to those brave Radist Farber who risked their lives in the settlement of the heavens. I agree that that was quotable, but it is just the mechanic. there are, as you can see, far less wonders scattered about the place than horrors. And it's always a good idea when you're picking out your route to make some time to wander across the path of the wonders. I wonder why. Yeah. It's one of those that I can't wait for us to forget the context of. You're right. Let's head out Bat Friend. Bat Friend has found a question mark over this way. That has to be a wreck or something, right? It's not, like, close enough to be anything, like, sturdy. We've gone through this area before. Yeah, it's just a wreck. Let's go ahead and scavenge that. The Tomlinson Road. We can strip for repairs. We can try and enter through the shattered windscreens. That's a coin flip, basically. Let's just repair our hull. I'm really nervous. We've lost 2 crew members on just shitty things. Does a Wonder's effectiveness reset after you've been away from it for a while? Yeah, in the same way that, if you visit a port that you haven't seen in a while, that also lowers your terror. It's on that same kind of timer. Like, you can't go to a port, leave, go like 50 feet, and come back and have the same result. But it's something. Someone took Get Wrecked way too seriously, huh? I invite you to get out of my stream. Or something was my nickname in college. Oh, hey, it's another one of the signal boxes. These are good to note the location of them. Oh, the Tackities are fighting the Dreadnoughts. You know, we were told we could make some money fighting Dreadnoughts. And we have backup, so... No. Ooh, did just take a bunch of hits on that one. And we'll just zoom back in. And... just gotta pay attention to... Ooh, no. Ooh. You know how I said I didn't think we were gonna die? Remember how I said that a little while ago? I might have lied to you, friends. Oh, don't... Oh, I got hit by my friendly. That's bad. No, don't point that gun at me. I don't need you. Whew. Oh, are you shooting at me? Please don't shoot. Oh, I think you're shooting at me. No, you're not shooting at me, you're just mad. I'm just gonna loot this. The Enduring Dreadnought is defeated. We can raid the hold. May find unusual cargo. We may gain supplies if we rummage in the kitchens, or we can raid the engine's lockbox, which will give us money. We're actually quite low on money, so let's go ahead and do that. You've gained 150 sovereigns. We got a charged stovepipe nameplate. That's the thing we're turning in at Lustrum. And we have 1 invitation to Perdurance. What did that read? Inside, after some depth work with Inside, after some deft work with the bolt cutters, are a series of documents. Crisp, white, ministry-stamped documents. Some are promissory notes, exchangeable in all reputable ports in the skies. Another is an invitation to the eternal masque on Perdurance, where London's finest dwell within a single day. I guess Dreadnoughts aren't afraid of anything? Nope. I do think Dreadnoughts are a pretty cool guy. Oh shit, that is what dreadnought means. Shouldn't it be around here? The relay? Oh, well, I double dipped on the bat, but... Oh yeah, there it is. Straight north from here. And there's something a little further north. Actually, that's going to be the relay. The bridge's clock chimes twice quickly. This close to the Isambard line. Time is devious. Port Prosper. 512 experience gained. We're just gonna slide right into this. Pray to God that they have someone who can repair my hull, because I super fucked that up. It's probably okay. Ahem. Queen's Cross Station here in Port Prosper. Crammed at the feet of a hulking crag, Port Prosper is a little London, divided into an affluent West End and an impecunious We've learned something today. Queen's Cross is a busy station, crowded with engines that have arrived through the nearby transit relay from Albion. We can explore Port Prosper, offer transport to settlers. That sounds good. I mean, our ship's about to explode. But, you know, apart from that part. Or we can recruit the incautious driver or the incognito princess. Well, first let's go to the shops, and... No one's interested in, No one's interested in fixing our hull. That's disappointing. Maybe if we explore, we'll find someone. We can write a port report. Oh, I just keep forgetting to read these. Its narrow streets huddle in the shadow of a great crag. Banners display the stony features of Her Renewed Majesty. Wealthy West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip, while sooty East End workers file to the hour refining factories. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the reach to new arrivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave it. And our port report. The factories continue to belch out smoke while over the bridge hopeful crowds gather outside the Admiral Nelson. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm across the promenade at a respectful distance from their chaperones. There was a brief protest outside the Windward Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of jam was less than might be desired. We can attend a parade. It is apparently the Feast of the Red Saint. Sure. Gaudy banners fly over the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of the East End is hidden away by giant posters displaying dragons in various degrees of vivisection. The camp streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about the amusements, while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddle by the chestnut fires for warmth. A painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowd to a chorus of "Ho, the riding!" Wait, Santa? So you're saying that like it's a joke, but there was a long quest line in Sunless Seas, the prequel to this game, where you were Santa's helper, for a given value of that term. It's quite good. We can mingle with the West Enders. The hats, the crinoline, the starch that gleams on the mustaches. Sure, you'll fit right in. We are a whole pirate. No. Mingle with the East Enders. Lurking in the tents, or manning the stalls in the side streets, or scowling at the passing gentry. They seem more your level. Didn't this also happen in Hand of Fate too? What, the Santamans? Maybe. Or we can fraternize with everyone. Skyfarers are not limited by the rigid social structures of Port Prosper, though neither are they beloved for it. I think we don't need to be a centrist in our cool video game. Let's hang out in the east side. Oi! A wide-eyed Eastender elbows his comrade somewhere under his jacket. Listen! A crowd gathers from out of the shadows. You're subjected to a number of looks that, if not quite filthy, are at least grubby. Eventually, the huddle disperses. The first Eastender extends a thin hand, lined and worn. It's a good sign you wanted to talk to us. You spend the afternoon watching vaudeville players satirize the Red Saint and his dragon in an out-of-the-way tent, followed by a hearty supper of roast chestnuts and an almost palatable ale down by the station. Thank you. Thank you for that quote. You are tolerated by the impoverished Eastenders. The air is humid and moist. The Agbanon spring is being drained in preparation for the season. Another thing we can do here is search for the Amenable Host's identity, so let's grab that. Not a soul in Port Prosper recognizes the locket. Who's that, then? Does he still wear his hair like that? Fancy! Become familiar refrains. More promising is the house you saw painted in the Amenable Host's chamber. You locate several candidates, all apparently repainted over the last couple of years, but one is in the exact location as in the host's painting. Nobody seems to remember who owned it or why, but apparently it had once been associated with the Parlor of Virtue, established not long after Port Prosper's foundation. You've uncovered nothing definitively conclusive here. You may return to the Amenable Host or look elsewhere. So we could just turn this in if we wanted to, but I do want to hit all three spaces and see if there's anything. Let's grab some more. Nope, that's munitions. We don't want that. I mean, right now. Let's grab these. Yeah, we'll grab some more fuel and supplies. And we're going to continue down this way a little bit, and you'll see one of the cooler pieces of, well, there's a lot of cool pieces of architecture, but there's also this, the Albion Transit Relay. A stone edifice, scintillant with signals, is encased in a contrivance of steel and brass. This is a Singh-Jenkins relay, allowing transport via a loophole in some cosmic mandate across the sunless waste to a far-flung district of heaven. This one leads to Albion, the heart of the new British Empire and the seat of Her Renewed Majesty Queen Victoria. Let's check on the delayed package, that's why we're here. It turns out that the previous courier was detained for having the wrong paperwork. Fortunately, the goods were impounded on this side of the relay. Sign here. The board customs official is glad to clear some space in their cramped office. As long as you don't want to travel between regions without the appropriate paperwork, they couldn't care much less about the cargo. And this package has been serving double duty as a card table for the last week, but now it's yours, and the people of LUSTRUM will be glad to receive it. You've collected the goods. We can deliver the package to LUSTRUM. I agree that scintillant is a very good word. We're going to remain in the Reach, but we have other options available to us. Actually, we don't, because we need more things than we have. We can bribe the superintendent to give you a travel permit. We could submit the paperwork required for a travel permit. We need ministry stamped permits, of which we have one. We need two. And that's the proper way to go. Or we can travel Albion second class. You will need to supply your own hours. The relay station will spin them into a coat to wrap your engine against the winds that harry the wild paths you must travel. And we would need 2 barrels of unseasoned hours for that. I think we had 2, but we sold them. So, womp womp. We can get more. And when we decide to move on to the second stage turbine blade, this is where we do that. But for now, let's remain in the Reach and turn around, take our package back to LUSTRUM. This game has already provided 2 words that I hadn't even thought were words. They're good words, Bront. Fallen London uses the most complex English words the authors can find to create an unease and unfamiliarity. Yes. Hey, it's Mole's Table. You know, in case you want some mole food. You can get it at Mole's Table. It'll just sit there for you. We didn't find anyone to fix our hull, so there's that. We kind of need to just stay away from problems until we get back probably to Winchester, and we can fix our hull there. And then we'll go down from there to LUSTRUM. I guess the best way to do that is just straight south and then cut across, although I do hate it. Who gets uneasy from new words? Oh, people do. I understand the core concept. I do really like new words. This game is amazing. Hi there. I am sorry that I'm going to butcher your screen name, but WS Hand Squiggatoo. If you have something else you would like to be called, please let me know, or just let me know how to pronounce your name. Thank you for showing up. The game is amazing. Just Squig or Squiggatoo works. Thank you, Squig. I will move forward with that in the future. The game is amazing. I like it a lot. I've played it before for a little while, enough to get pretty deep in and see some of the latter content of the game. But I've not finished it, and I'm gonna see if I can't get to some sort of ending here on stream. Right now, we're hoping against hope we don't die on our way to get our hull fixed. While we do that, I'm going to sip of this here wine. The WS Hand was a meme for another streamer. WS Hand was modding anyone who added his name to one. Yeah. That seems like someone you... That seems like a streamer thing. That seems like something a streamer would do. It is good to meet you. I mean, that's not a great word. And we're almost there? We're almost there. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's probably fine. We got a bunch of swords. I'm sure it's okay. Everything is fine, Riz. Thank you for reminding me. And we're just gonna slide right back here into New Winchester. I agree that swords make everything better. Swords are love, swords are life. And made it back. Have we been gone long enough that we get the terror down? No, that ain't it. Alright, that's fine. I and my wife basically are sword lesbians. prefer to think of myself as a ray gun lesbian. The problem is that they're illegal in my state. So, there's that. Engineering market? No, that's not it. Engine yard? No, it's in stories, that's why I'm not seeing it. Repair your locomotive. Death rays are legal? Where? Here? I don't think they're legal here. In Oklahoma? No. There's no law against death rays. I didn't realize ray guns were real enough to be illegal. Let's just fully repair the hull. We do not need to skimp out on this. There we go. Good as new. And let's buy another... Oh, wait, hang on. I thought I saw the Amenable Host. Here we go. A Titan of Industry? Those are rare outside of Albion. The initial search is fruitless. People giggle at the antiquated fashion on display in the daguerreotype, the tilt of the jaw, the unfortunate arrangement of hair, but the proprietor of the round table seems to recognize the face. Oh yes, right solid he was. She waits for the locket to catch up to catch the falling starlight through a window. Wanted to open a factory here a few years back. Something went wrong and there was a workers' revolt. Not been seen since. You have found no conclusive evidence. Return to the Amenable Host and decide what to tell him. Yee. One of my best friends lives in Oklahoma, though he and his wife are moving to Baltimore soon. But I follow a couple of storm chasers that are pretty awesome. The idea of storm chasing having been very close, way too close to the May 3rd tornado, that's not an idea that appeals to me. That gives me the hard shivers just thinking about it. Yeah, we've outlived quite a few tornadoes. We cannot imagine going into one. We still want seeds and nectar. We do not have enough money to make that happen. Like, if we knew where to buy seeds, we could do that probably, because they're not that expensive. They're certainly less expensive than the nectar, but yeah. Let's just grab the fuel and the supplies and make our way back down to LUSTRUM. Yeah, just straight south. So many people are telling them on stream to go home and be safe, but people don't realize that those storm chasers are how they get their up-to-the-date tornado warnings. A tornado doesn't show up on radar, potential does, but those eyes of the ground are important to warn people. Yeah. Wow, you're not wrong. To say that it's not dangerous, isn't it. That ain't it. It is mad dangerous still, though. It's a necessary job. I think the people who do it could, not myself. Holy shit. Here's a wreck, unless that's that same wreck from before. No, this is new. We could force open the hold. 61% chance. That's not bad. We did fail, though. I got bad news for you, friends. We have lost another crewman. We got some gun juice. Oh, and there were marauders here also. That's good. That's what I wanted. I wanted there to be marauders here. Yeah, here, the two of you have a good fight. Why does anyone sail with me? Because I have a brilliant personality. I'm a captivating figure. The one I liked watching, the News 9 senior storm trackers, worked for them for 30 years. I probably know that person's name somewhere in the back of my mind, but it's not coming to me right now. I haven't watched television on over-the-air television in quite a while. Caster? Oh yeah, newscaster. Don't turn around and shoot at me. Don't do that thing. Riz, I just finished watching She-Ra, so adventure to me means set the ship on fire. Maybe let's not set the ship on fire. I love watching the oh, wow, did not notice that I had found a sky scribe. I was reading chat, and then the claw happened, and I jumped out of my whole entire seat. It's fine. We're faster. We're faster than the sky scribe. Probably. We're faster than the bullets. We can get there. It's fine. Yeah. Xenon watched an hour and a half of foxes getting gifts and snacks today. I saw you post that video. I didn't look at it. Was it the same video that you've posted before, the Christmas one? Or is this another more different gifts and snacks fox video? That one was only like a minute, so I assume it's a different one. No, it was longer than that, I feel. I could be wrong. This is another more different one. I will have to go and watch it. We can get up to this. Oh no, we need to... that's fine. That's supposed to be like that. We need the assaying array before we can start in on the ghost mines. So that's just gonna stay back. I think the Fox Christmas video was only 20 minutes. Alright. Yeah, we're making it. It's called Ghost Mine. I actually don't think they're called Ghost Mines, although I actually can't remember what they're called just now. It's not that. But it is a mine where ghosts are. Here's what our mining array does for us, by the way. We've just drilled into that giant lump of rock and got some hours. There's another one over here. Let's grab it, and then we'll head back into LUSTRUM. Never mind a ghost. Winners don't mind ghosts. Good. That reminds me, our Switch is coming in tomorrow. Is it? It's that quick? Oh, it's being overnighted. That makes sense. Good. I'm glad that's happening. Let's head over to Sweet Jane's and we can turn in our shard nameplates. Got 50 sovereigns for the one nameplate we have. So, not a lot. But not nothing. And we got to blow up a ship. Everyone loves that. We are returning to the street? Yes. What did we come here for? Deliver the previously impounded goods, right. That was the whole reason. There should be payment for delivering this. One of the maids from Murgatroyd's Golden Tea Shop is on hand to collect the supplies. The mistress will be so happy, she tells you. We've been mixing the last of our leaves with soil to eke them out, and, well, you can only do that for so long before you're just drinking mud. You've delivered the package. You have gained 200 sovereigns. 394 is, not enough. I think. Because we were trying to buy those, that Chorus Nectar at 160 a piece, I think. We need a little bit more than this. Write a port reports. Oh god, it's 11 o'clock. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. We've done some stuff. I might play off stream. Just to build up our money a little bit. So that when we come back to this next week, it's not just engaging in commerce. I think we have a handle on what the day-to-day commerce of this looks like. So we'll try and get ourselves to a point where we can dive a little bit deeper into the things that are happening. But that's going to be it for the stream. I'm going to hit a couple buttons real quick. This first one quits the game. That's a pretty good button. It doesn't make it crash or anything. Team Cherry. And then I'm going to hit this other one that goes to the outro screen. Hey. So, hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to this. Thank you for coming to this stream. Another one that I did of Sunless, guys. I'm going to do more of them. I got really off course. I have a usual stick, but it just vanished for whatever reason. Thank you for joining me. I have been Kristie. There we go. That's how it starts, and now it just rolls downhill. One of 5 women who stream on this channel, along with my wife Katie and her sisters Annie and Alice and Sue. We stream 6 days a week on this channel, so if you wanted to slap the follow button around, you can see when we go live, and we all play a bunch of great different things. Let me run down our schedule for you, so you know what you're getting into. Hollow Knight's a very good game. I just spent like 3 months playing nothing but that. But it does crash the game every time you try and quit the game, so there is that thing. If you want to tap the bell gently, sure. Here's our schedule. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Tuesday will be Andrea, and I know what Andrea is playing. She's playing Arkham City, the second of the Batman Arkham games. She tried to start playing it last week, but there was some noise on our line like there usually is, and we couldn't get around to playing it. There was too much frame drop, so she just went F it. She's going to try again tomorrow. God willing and the creek don't rise, it will be fine. Wednesday is going to be Sue with more Hand of Fate 2? No, she stopped playing Hand of Fate 2. Do we know what she is playing now? So she was going to play a game called Journey to the Savage Planet, but that doesn't run well enough on the computer to work. What time does that start tomorrow? That's something I should append to these. We usually start at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and I think 6:30 Pacific? Yes. Time and math. Good. So she doesn't know what she's going to be playing, does Sue, on Wednesday, but she'll play something. Come and watch her. She's fun to watch no matter what she's playing. Thursday will be Alice playing more Chrono Trigger. The original Chrono Trigger. What from the PlayStation? Super Nintendo? Really? Oh. The original Chrono Trigger, what from the Super Nintendo. Come and watch her play that. She loves playing retro games. Chrono Trigger has been a lot of fun. There are girls with big glasses in it. I like those. Friday is Katie. Katie's going to be playing more Chimera Squad, the newest XCOM game. The one with the snake cop lady that everyone loves. I know she does, and I love her, so I support their relationship. Saturday we do not stream. Sunday is our community day. I don't know what we're playing. Maybe we'll take a run at board games again. Maybe we'll play some Paladins or Tower Unite. We'll figure it out closer to the day. And then Monday loops back around to me. We'll be doing more Sunless Skies. Like I said, I might play off stream, get some money built up, so we can really start diving. We'll see how I feel about that over the course of the week. I might not have the ability. And that's that. Please join us for those things. If you're looking to support us monetarily, you can do so by throwing bits at us or subscribing. You know that drill. So many of you do subscribe, and we thank you for it. If you were looking for other people to follow, we have a stream team. Follow Andemonium, Riz Plays Games, Bad Road, In the Land of the Rising Sun, and Xenon Fiber, all wonderful streamers worthy of your time and attention. If you want to watch our VODs, they're on YouTube at youtube.truck.community. And I feel like there's one other thing I need to say, but it's not coming to me. Thank you, Riz, for the 15 bits. I've said that thing. So that's good. It's not clicking. This music is Clock Tower by Xenon Fiber. Yeah, you can find the rest of her music at xenonfiber.bandcamp.com. It's very good. Pay her money for her music. I guess that is everything. Thank you so much for joining me. And until I see you next time, stay safe.